Fund dollars and shall be allocated equally among the 5 agencies. The same definitions, policies, and procedures that apply to Veterans Assistance funding with the Veterans Trust Fund shall apply to Veterans Assistance funded through this allocation. End of new language. 4. In Exhibit E, the personal lapse allocations, business unit number 703125 to 703129 shall be amended as follows. Overstrike Veterans Trust Fund and insert Navajo Nation Veterans Administration. Delete business unit number 703125 to 703129 and insert business unit number new and a new language. Amendment number 2, in the DIB posted Exhibit H on page 2 in row 47, divide the $351,725 by the 78 total number of grazing districts to show an equal allocation of the $351,725 among the districts as follows. Business unit number 115002, Division DNR, program title agriculture, amount $351,725. New language under proposed carryovers. After listed amount, insert new language, underscore the $351,725 shall be allocated equally among the 78 grazing districts with $4,509.29 given to each grazing district. 5. OMB shall provide a revised Exhibit H to accommodate this amendment. Amendment number 3. Page 5, lines 2 to 3, make the following change. After B, overstrike deposit into unreserved undesignated fund balance account, underscore allocated as follows, with all remaining amounts to be deposited into the unreserved undesignated fund balance as shown in the attached Exhibit F-1. Business unit number 107022, program, Office of the Controller, allocation $974,644. Brief description of need and purpose. Needed to fund personnel costs for 4 employees and to cover OOC's operating costs for FY 2023. Business unit number 107021, program, property management, allocation $287,616. Brief description of need and purpose. Needed to fund personnel costs for 5 property management employees, preventing the layoff of 2, and to cover the property management operating costs for FY 2023 in a new language. 2, attach new Exhibit F-1 showing the above allocations from the $27,911,000 available amount provided by OMB on 8/29/22. Renumber, reletter succeeding paragraphs, sections, and exhibits as necessary and appropriate. The Office of Legislative Services and the Office of Legislative Counsel are authorized to make technical edits to this act in its exhibits, and the Office of Management and Budget is authorized to recalculate and to verify all numerical entries in this act and its exhibits and to make edits as necessary in order to implement the committee's intent. This amendment supersedes inconsistent language in any other committee amendment, which other language shall be conformed to this amendment. This legislation moves on to the Office of the President and Vice President. For nomination, Council Rules of Order Rule 9, legislation has been read into the record by electronic voice recording. Mr. Speaker.
Speaker, this is Del Gibagay.
Thank you very much for that, Mr. Rico.
Right here.
We are on legislation 0152-22. Before I get a motion, Honorable Alma Brigade, good morning.
Motion, Vice Chair Smith. Good morning, Speaker.
What's going on, Honorable Alma Brigade?
I'm just calling in right now.
Oh, okay. Well, good morning. Oh, okay. Thank you. With that, let's go to the floor to get a motion. I do have a motion by Vice Chair Smith. Is there a second?
Second, Daniel So.
Second by Chairman Daniel So. That, moving on down, Nobby work. Any comments, questions on 0152-22? Going twice. Going 3 times. Let's go to board.
Honorable Elmer Begay.
I'll vote green.
Honorable Elmer Begay votes green. Honorable Key Allen Begay Jr.
I'll get Cal votes green. Thank you.
Honorable Key Allen Begay Jr. votes green. Honorable Paul Begay.
Delegate Paul McGee votes green.
Honorable Paul Begay votes green. Honorable Nathaniel Brown. Honorable Nathaniel Brown.
Delegate Brown votes green.
Honorable Nathaniel Brown votes green. Honorable Eugenia Charles Newton. Honorable Eugenia Charles Newton. Honorable Eugenia Charles Newton did not vote. Honorable Amber Canesba Crotty. Honorable Amber Canesba Crotty. Honorable Amber Canesba Crotty did not vote. Honorable Herman M. Daniels Jr.
I vote green.
Honorable Herman M. Daniels Jr. votes green. Honorable Mark Freeland.
I vote green.
Honorable Mark Freeland votes green. Honorable Pernell Colonna. Honorable Pernell Colonna. Honorable Pernell Colonna did not vote. Honorable Jamie Henyo.
Inyo votes green. Thank you.
Honorable Jamie Henyo votes green. Honorable Vince James.
Delegate James votes green.
Honorable Vince James votes green. Honorable Rick Nez.
Delegate Rick Nez votes green.
Honorable Rick Nez votes green. Honorable Carl Slater votes green. Honorable Raymond Smith Jr.
Green.
Honorable Raymond Smith Jr. votes green. Honorable Wilson Stewart Jr. Honorable Wilson Stewart Jr.
Green.
Honorable Wilson Stewart Jr. votes green. Honorable Otto So. Honorable Otto So. Honorable Otto So did not vote. Honorable Charlene So.
I vote green.
Honorable Charlene So votes green. Honorable Daniel So.
I vote green.
Honorable Daniel So votes green. Honorable Eugene So.
Oh, that is for sure.
Honorable Eugene So votes green. Honorable Thomas Walker Jr. Honorable Thomas Walker Jr. Honorable Thomas Walker Jr. did not vote. Honorable Edison Winika. Honorable Edison Winika. Honorable Edison Winika did not vote. Honorable Edmund Yasi. Honorable Edmund Yasi. Honorable Edmund Yasi did not vote. Honorable Jimmy Yellowhair.
Delegate Yellowhair votes green. Thank you.
Honorable Jimmy Yellowhair votes green. Going back up, Honorable Eugenia Charles Newton. Honorable Eugenia Charles Newton. Honorable Eugenia Charles Newton votes green. Honorable Amber Canesba Crotty. Honorable Amber Canesba Crotty. Honorable Amber Canesba Crotty did not vote. Honorable Pernell Colonna. Honorable Pernell Colonna.
Everyone votes green.
Honorable Pernell Colonna votes green. Honorable Otto So. Honorable Otto So. Honorable Otto So did not vote. Honorable Thomas Walker Jr. Honorable Thomas Walker Jr. Honorable Thomas Walker Jr. did not vote. Honorable Edison Winika. Honorable Edison Winika. Honorable Edison Winika did not vote. Honorable Edwin Yasi.
Green.
Honorable Edwin Yasi votes green. Speaker. Honorable Amber Caneswa Crotty votes green via text. Honorable Otto So. Honorable Otto So. Honorable Otto So did not vote. Honorable Thomas Walker Jr. Honorable Thomas Walker Jr. Honorable Thomas Walker Jr. did not vote. Honorable Edison Winika. Honorable Edison Winika. Honorable Edison Winika votes green. Speaker, with a vote of 21 in favor, 0 opposed, and speaker not voting.
If not, then I can give it to staff. Because yesterday it was listed the bottom. And then like, this would give it to whoever elected.
Thank you very much. With that, colleagues, on legislation 0152-22 with a vote of 21 in favor, 0 opposed, and speaker not voting, motion carries. On that legislation, colleagues, 0152-22 is final authorities across the street. The president does have line item veto on this legislation. With that, moving on down, colleagues, item number 6, close the session announcements. Any announcements, colleagues?
Motion adjourned. Mr. Smith. Speaker, this delegate Begay, I have an announcement.
Honorable Vice Chair Smith, if I'm going to go to Honorable Elmer Brigade first because I did ask for announcements, and then I'll recognize.
It's a privilege.
Then I'll recognize your motion to adjourn. Honorable Elmer Brigade, good morning. What is your announcement? Hold on.
Good morning, Don.
Hold on, Honorable Elmer Brigade is Honorable Eugene So has a question of privilege. What is your question of privilege?
I have 3 legislative concern and 1 COA. What happens to that one?
Those legislative concerns and COAs, needed to be added into the legislation prior before the approval. Correct me if I'm wrong, Ms. Barbara, but I know in the past, if there was any kind of conditions of appropriation or anything that needed to be done, what has also happened is an amendment to the actual overall comprehensive budget, but those are very rare. And if that's something that, if you would like to pursue, I highly recommend you work together with the Office of Legislative Counsel.
Chief Secretary, it's already in there. I sent them off. She sent them off.
Speaker, this is Chief Legislative Counsel.
Yes, Ms. Barbara, go ahead.
Yes, Delegate Begay and others had, Delegate So and other delegates had requested amendments, but those amendments were not motioned, not acted on, so they are not part of the legislation that was just approved. as you said, Speaker, there can be another option once this legislation comes back from across the street, that they could do an amendment to add those legislative concerns or conditions of appropriation. But as of the moment, they will not be included in the legislation that you just passed. Thank you.
Okay. Paul Begay.
Thank you for that, or recognizing that and your response, Ms. Barbara. With that, colleagues, again, moving on back, Honorable Elmer Begay, any announcements?
Okay, Speaker, good morning, Yate, Bene, other members of that Navajo Nation Council. Good morning, then other people that are on the line too, so yeah, and then the staff that are there helping us. But my announcement is that Speaker, I'd like to share with you is that my chapters, Dalcon, Tisto, and the Wells Cone and Greasewood submitted all their the priority, the $8.8 million that was within this the legislation of OPRA expenditure plan. So that I would like to recognize that my constituents, that they did hard work doing this every day and every weekend to understand that. So we submitted it, but my announcement again is that we haven't get all our signatures yet from DCD. So yesterday I was on the phone with you and asking the DCD that we were just waiting for the signatures. The response was that it was all submitted in here yesterday. I was there and tried to take it down to FRF office and down to DOJ. But when I got there, they told me that most of them are not signed. So this is the kind of treatment that we get, Speaker and Chief Legislative Counsel Dana Barber. I don't know how we can do this. It's something that's ridiculous up to this point in time. Now they're waiting for it for almost 3 months now. 3 weeks now, trying to get signatures, and the people here are waiting. And just like how all the delegates are mentioned, is that the people are waiting. And they're suffering, and we need to start recovery. And the recovery was the main intent of all this getting out of pandemic, and start the construction. And it seems like the issue that we have is some of these departments. Now we're approving this budget for them again to elect some of these signatures. We're waiting for that. So, Speaker, that's really a big concern for me, in being on Budget and Finance Committee, and you see all these people saying that they don't have enough staff. Even this electronic signatures, we submit it, and everywhere they go, and we try to forward these to the chapters that they say that they are. That's where they are, but it's just nothing. And we have all these phones that was provided, all these communication, emails and everything, or been given to the departments to operate. But it seems that right now the priority is not with our people. So I don't know how long we'll be waiting again, Speaker. So that's my big concern, and just I just want to do that announcement here. So I don't want to be a really bad person to other people, but that our people here are suffering, and we just talk about how we just passed another large amount of money again for departments. So I just want to share it with you, Speaker. Thank you.
Thank you for that announcement. Just a heads up to Ms. Dr. Yellowman. This is Speaker Damon. Well, yesterday I tried to call you when Honorable Alvin Brigade came to us and asked about this, but the phone just went to voicemail. But we will call again today, this morning, after this, and see if we can set up a meeting, Dr. Yellowman, with yourself and Chief Legislative Council, just to make sure that we try to get as best options available in order to help Honorable Elmer Begay's documents move along through the process, especially if it's in a timely management for us to get that to those, everything back to the FRF office. So just FYI, Dr. Yellowman.
Okay, so at the rodeo.
With that, colleagues, is there any other announcements?
If you're standing in the beginning, you can see the-
Thank you, Speaker. I'll look forward to the meeting and prepare for the meeting.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Yellowman. If there's no other announcements next week, colleagues, on where's there's a veterans hearing for Honorable Keon McGay's legislations. Oh, first one is when? Is on the 13th? 13th in at NTU in Crown Point. Then on the 14th is at Monument Valley High School,
Yes.
National Auditorium. And then also, is that the only ones?
Those are all three.
Okay. This afternoon, colleagues, there is a Navajo Nation Council and is the main sponsor of the barbecue. So at 3:00, everyone's invited to the barbecue down there at 3:00. Due to that, the legislative branch and it's got the executive branch too as well, is going to have a 2-hour administrative leave today from 3 to 5, and then also tomorrow from 3 to 5. So again, that's an announcement, at least from our office. I do have a correction on the last vote, legislation 0152-22, because I didn't accept the motion yet. Honorable Otto So voted green on that legislation. So that changes the vote from 21 to 22 in favor of the Honorable Otto So's vote. 0 opposed and speaker not voting. That, colleagues, any other announcements?
Speaker, this is Delegate Brown.
Honorable Brown, good morning. Where's yours?
Oh, yeah, I was wondering if when we are, let me take off my mask, when we're going to hear or when there's going to be a report generated with the Navajo Nation election office with this past election on the recount. I know there's a lot of concerns coming up, and what we have, if we have anything coming up as far as Nabik and if we can hear a report on the findings and give a report back to our Navajo people.
As soon as the election officer, Honorable Nathaniel Brown, as soon as the election officer certifies and gets that update together, we can have that. I will schedule that to see if there will be ready by the 22nd so we can put them on the NAPK committee meeting. Honorable Brown. Madam Chair, Crotty, did you have something? I think I heard, did you have an announcement, Madam Chair Crotty?
Speaker, if Delegate Brown was adding that to this agenda, I was seconding the motion. Thank you.
I don't.
Speaker, this is Ms. Barbara.
Yes, Ms. Barbara.
Thank you. The Navajo Board of Election Supervisors is meeting as we speak. And they will, the election office, I have to strongly discourage the election office from doing any reports on the recount until the election board has taken the steps it needs to certify the recounts. And I do not know for sure if they are doing that today or not. So I just wanted to share that. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Again, as soon as that information is available, we can schedule a meeting to have that update. And if that update is going to come earlier than 22nd, I can definitely have a special nominated committee meeting on that, colleagues. Any other announcements at this time?
Speaker Damon, this is Delegate Crotty.
Yes, Madam Chair, good morning.
Oh, yeah, thank you, Judge. Speaker, if I could request from Legislative Council, since this is a sensitive issue, if as delegates with the request, if we could get a simple memo with that legal advice, that's helpful, as we are receiving multiple questions from our constituents, and we want to be as transparent as possible. So what is, I would then say, the role of either the election office or the elected or the election supervisors. They need to issue like a daily press release, or they need to issue some updates to the public, because right now, as an elected leader, I'm receiving information from Facebook, social media, from individuals on the ground. And I think their voice is very important, but the election office and this legislative branch has a duty to the Navajo people to provide press releases in terms of what is happening, what has been discovered, and how they are going to move forward. Thank you, Speaker.
Speaker, Delegate Daniel So.
Thank you with that, Chairman Daniel. So let me put you in the queue. Madam Chair Crotty, let me go ahead and refer that question, or I guess that request, over to Ms. Barbara. Ms. Barbara, any documentation that your office can provide?
Speaker, we will do our best to provide something, much of what Delegate Crotty is requesting will possibly be available after the election board meeting today, but we will try to get things out as much as we can, keeping in mind there has been a litigation filed, and so we will have to walk carefully about that, but I will certainly do what I can to get the information for Delegate Crotty. Thank you.
Thank you. With that, let me go ahead and move on down. On announcements, Honorable Chairman Daniel So.
Yes, I had last to the colleagues of the 24th Navajo Nation Council and all the folks on the call. I'm equally concerned about the primary election and the request for recount. I have constituents that are really concerned. The Board of Election Supervisors their main purpose is to certify. But I'm hearing that certain supervisors are stepping in. And if necessary, we have to
dissolve the board if they are overstepping their authority. That's a fair and view that I see. A big consideration that this council needs to look at. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Chairman Daniel. So again, as soon as we can get that information updated, if there's anything that's pressing on any guidance that there's some kind of activity that individuals might be overstepping their boundary, I look to the recommendations or guidance, not only from the board chair to recognize that, but also making sure that our if there's any information that's coming to fruition on that, that we need to make sure that that's taken care of. And if that needs to be any further action needs to happen on that, I'm sure Ms. Barbroff can give us some clear guidance on making sure that there's a plan moving forward, or recommended plan that might be on the table. I think question that we have to, I guess, still wait on that our answers are being given is just what Ms. Barbroff has indicated about us trying to make sure that we're not overstepping what we have to do as the council, but also making sure that they complete their task. And if there's anything to do with that completion of that task, I think at that time, then there's can be those opportunities, have further discussion. And I think from Honorable Brown and Chair Crowdy and yourself, a takeaway from this and recommendations, we will definitely make sure that there's up to date, as soon as possible, presentation to all our members of the council or a NAPGIT committee session in order for everyone to be a part of that discussion, and also to hear the presentation directly, if not from the board or from a spokesperson from the election office, who is executive, who might most likely be the director, and then also from the Office of Legislative Counsel. And if there has been any oversight moved in from the office or Department of Justice to help assist. And Ms. Barbroff indicated that that might even be as early as, if that does happen today, there could be something as soon as tomorrow that we can schedule, even if it's just a up-to-date informal leadership meeting, just to make sure everyone has that information readily available. With that, colleagues, let me go ahead and go back to the floor. I do have Honorable Stewart on announcements. Honorable Stewart.
Yes, good morning, Speaker and colleagues from the Navajo Nation Kids Day. I am MC over here. We have, my announcement is that we have a lot of students out here, schools, different departments and divisions out here representing their programs, and we have a good turnout for the Kids Day. So I gave a shout out on behalf of us as council delegates and yourself, Speaker, and the staff from there, wishing everybody a happy Kids Day and to be safe. And today is Ki Happy's birthday is also today. So we wished him a happy birthday. He's celebrating 26 years of being Ki Happy. So again, that's all my announcement, Speaker. Thank you. colleagues.
Thank you, Honorable Stewart, and happy birthday to Ashki Happy. With that, colleagues, any other announcements at this time?
I should say, Speaker,
Yes,
Honorable Speaker,
Honorable Eugene So.
I've got a question. Maybe we can have some of the council delegates don't know about it, but is there hard that the nation song yet? That long releases count for the nation song. Thank you.
Honorable Eugene So.
Hello?
Can you hear me? Colleagues, can you hear
Yes.
me? Can you hear me now? Honorable Eugene So, sorry, we're having technical difficulties. We cut out here. Honorable Eugene So, what is your announcement?
Can you hear me now, Che?
Yes, I can hear you now.
I got you. The way you see now, this card, the way you, it's kind of hard to see this tight, and so I know if the council delegate knows there's any, and that needs hard, so hard got this time. Thank you.
I don't. Colleagues, huh? No, colleagues, anybody have a response? If there's
What was the question?
there's any honorable, so I will let you know. That, colleagues, any other announcements at this time?
On speaker, then. Good morning, Delegate James here.
Oh, Honorable Vince James, good morning. Floor is yours.
Yat national speakers and members of the council. Ado quite announcement, but nahigi ya kudo nihidanet or you ya kineka ado banda inni hoko. Ado now for nation fair pan altehi panachako. Alto kudo be nakaalchine hashit enshi etahol atle baby casey zido lichba. But ado hala anchida yield chukut ai. Bailti ako ishide ya kodo belka na di jahton khalchina babans nani kisto little so on hitishne ado nanan habi gata stop by Wonder Out Flea Market. We do have quite a few Navajo entrepreneurs and Navajo designers that are there for providing service that are trying to improve their business so we can support our Navajo young individuals, our Navajo people. That'd be great. Thank you. Everybody enjoy and take care.
Thank you for announcing that and recognizing that, Honorable Vince James. With that, colleagues, any other announcements at this time? If not, there was a motion. Time now is 11 a.m., 11:01 a.m. by Honorable Vice Chair Smith to adjourn. Is there a second? Second by
Eugene
Honorable
So.
Edison Winika. That, colleagues, let's go to board on adjourning at 11:01 a.m.
Honorable Elmer Begay,
I'll vote green.
Honorable Elmer Begay votes green. Honorable Key Allen Begay Jr., Honorable Key Allen Begay Jr., Honorable Key Allen Begay Jr. did not vote. Honorable Paul Begay votes green. Honorable Nathaniel Brown, Honorable Nathaniel Brown, Honorable Nathaniel Brown did not vote. Honorable
Delegate
Eugene.
Brown votes green.
Honorable Nathaniel Brown votes green. Honorable Eugenia Charles Newton.
Delegate Charles Newton votes green.
Honorable Eugenia Charles Newton votes green. Honorable Amber Canespa Crotty. Honorable Amber Canespa Crotty. Honorable Amber Canespa Crotty did not vote. Honorable Herman M. Daniels Jr.
Great.
Honorable Herman M. Daniels Jr. votes green. Honorable Mark Freeland.
I vote green.
Honorable Mark Freeland votes green. Honorable Pernell Halona. Honorable Pernell Halona votes green. Honorable Jamie Hino.
Hino votes green.
Honorable Jamie Hino votes green. Honorable Vince James.
Delegate James votes green.
Honorable Vince James votes green. Honorable Rick Nez.
Delegate Rick Nez votes green.
Honorable Rick Nez votes green. Honorable Carl Slater votes green. Honorable Raymond Smith Jr. Honorable Raymond Smith Jr. Green. Honorable Raymond Smith Jr. votes green via text. Honorable Wilson Stewart Jr. Honorable Wilson Stewart Jr.
Green.
Honorable Wilson Stewart Jr. votes green. Honorable Otto So. Honorable Otto So votes green. Honorable Charlene So. Honorable Charlene So. Honorable Charlene So did not vote. Honorable Daniel So. Honorable Daniel So.
I vote green.
Honorable Daniel So votes green. Honorable Eugene So.
Oh, okay. So,
Honorable Eugene So votes green. Honorable Thomas Walker Jr.
Thomas Walker votes green. Thank you.
Honorable Thomas Walker Jr. votes green. Honorable Edison Winika votes green. Honorable Edmund Yazzie. Honorable Edmund Yazzie. Honorable Edmund Yazzie did not vote. Honorable Jimmy Yellowhair. Honorable Jimmy Yellowhair. Honorable Jimmy Yellowhair did not vote. Going back up, Honorable Key Allen Begay Jr. Honorable Key Allen Begay Jr. Honorable Key Allen Begay Jr. did not vote. Honorable Amber Canesba Crotty. Honorable Amber Canesba Crotty. Honorable Amber Canesba Crotty did not vote. Honorable Charlene So.
I vote green.
Honorable Charlene So votes green. Honorable Edmund Yazzie. Honorable Edmund Yazzie. Honorable Edmund Yazzie did not vote. Honorable Jimmy Yellowhair. Honorable Jimmy Yellowhair. Honorable Jimmy Yellowhair did not vote. Speaker with the vote. Honorable Key Allen Begay Jr. votes green. Speaker with a vote of 20 in favor, 0 opposed, and speaker not voting.
Yep. Thank you very much, colleagues, with that. 20 in favor, 0 opposed, and speaker not voting. Motion carries to adjourn at 11:01 a.m. Thank you, colleagues. We're officially adjourned in this year's budget session. Pat, have a good day. Have a good, if you're coming into Window Rock, be safe. If you're going to the fair, be safe. And remember, there's still those CDC requirements. Also, if there's the activities going on outside or on the reservation this week, colleagues, I know some of you are traveling to different meetings. Safe travels today, tomorrow, rest of the weekend. We don't have a NABI committee meeting next week. Our next NABI meeting is until September 22nd. I know that there's public hearings next week on veterans issues. And Honorable Brown, Madam Chair Crotty, Chairman Daniel So will be working together with Ms. Barbroff too as well to see about scheduling an update as soon as possible, as indicated by a recommendation from Ledge Council on once activities from the election board do happen, then we'll go ahead and move forward with having that update. Other than that, everyone have a good day, safe travels, and if you're in Window Rock today, there's that barbecue at 3 o'clock. So have a good fair. Oh, the Navajo Nation Parade's on Saturday too as well. There it is. Have a good week, everyone. Stay safe. We're going to